to me is not just about playing video games. It's an art, and you can't just do anything and make a game. This is where it starts. The beginning. The first scene in your game. I started with The Legend of Zelda way back in the day, and it grabbed me by the throat and said, "This is the best game you will ever play." And it continued. It never ceased. They continued to put out games like that because Nintendo was willing to do whatever it took to make the audience love it. This is the story and where it began with my legacy of gaming. Gaming got to the point where it was so big that if you didn't have 4 or 5 consoles, what was wrong with you? You had everything. The Wii, the GameCube, an Xbox 360, a PlayStation 3. You had mobile games, you had portable games. Everything was in your life. And now I have everything. There's no reason for me to not understand the multi-platform. In high school, everything was simple. You got online, you played with your friends. But how do we get there? Why am I playing with my friends? I have inspirations for creating one of the greatest games possible, and it has never ceased to be that way. Everything needs to be interactive and immersive. Without those things, nobody's going to want to play. And that was the whole point. I want everything, from the sounds, to the visuals, to the wind blowing, to be as aesthetic as possible. And what better way to bring your audience in than by letting them be the main character? The games that I intended to make had to be real. Not that fantasy games weren't worth it, but I like the real life stories that you can get attached to, and they're not some made up thing. And I liked to be able to explore, because without the exploring aspect of it, what else can you do? Streamlined games are becoming obsolete. The credentials that I have learned, I have this ability to resonate with my audience by giving them something that they can understand and emotionally attach to. I can evoke many of emotions from players just by having them test drive the game. It will be able to captivate them and want them to continue to see what happens in the next part of the story. Exactly as so. Everything will be tied together. There won't be a missing note in the game. Things that Full Sail University has taught me, is how to creatively present this game to you. How to psychologically get inside of your mind and want you to continue. The coding it takes to make the game work. And the way levels need to be in order to keep you attached. My main goals are creating games that allow you to feel emotional and push you forward to the end. Displaying my call of action is to allow you to feel emotions throughout the entire thing and give you a story that you want to come back to, especially in those times when you're not sure if another game is going to come out with a better story. And it needs to be creative, exciting, and new in order for me to preach it to you and allow you to understand.